بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين. This is د.زلفى. Good evening, everybody. Today we are going to discuss the passive voice. As it is defined here, the passive voice is a grammatical structure that focuses not on the doer or the subject, but on the person or the object on which the action is performed, or what we call the object. The subject, we say subject, verb, object. In a simple sentence, we say subject, verb, object. Like the example here, she picked a flower. She is the subject or the doer, and picked is the verb or the action, and a flower is the object. So in a passive sentence, in a passive voice sentence, we are not concerned with the doer or the subject. And it's not important. The doer or the subject is not important. The important is the action which is done and who receives the action. So if I put it in the passive voice, as you see here, a flower was picked. Who picked it? I don't want to say. I don't want to know, or it's not important for me to know. Just I say a flower was picked. Okay? So this is the passive voice. The doer of the action is not important. Okay? Either I don't know it, or I don't want to say it or to mention it, because it's not of importance for me, for the speaker, I mean, or the writer. Uses of the passive voice. Why do we use the passive voice? Why do we use passive voice, not active voice? The passive voice is used when the focus is on the action. The doer or the subject is not important, or it is unknown. Maybe it is important, but it is unknown. Nobody knows who did something. For example, when I say the president was killed, it is important to know who is the doer, but I don't know him. The murderer or the one who killed ran away. Nobody knows him. So in this case, I say, I use the passive voice. The president was killed. Who know him? Who killed him? I don't know. Okay. Or I know the doer, but I don't want to say. Okay. I want to keep it as a secret. Now look at here as this example. My bike was stolen. Of course, you don't know who is the thief. Since the bike is stolen and your bike is not with you now, so you don't know the thief. Okay, so my bike was stolen. The one who stole it is unknown. In the example above, the focus is on the fact that the bike was stolen. I don't know who stole it. Sometimes a statement in the passive is more polite. Also, sometimes we want to be polite when we say something. Sometimes the passive voice is more polite than the active voice, as in the following example. You see here, a mistake was made. I don't want to say who made the mistake. A mistake was made. You see? Maybe I know who made it, but I don't want my speech to be like an attack to the one who made the mistake. Maybe he made it, he did not mean to make the mistake. So I say a mistake was made in order not to hurt the feelings of someone or some people. In this case, I face on the fact that the mistake was made, but I don't blame anyone. I don't want to say to someone, you are blamed for making this mistake. I don't want to hurt his feeling, although I know that he did, but I don't want to hurt his feelings. So I want to be polite. Okay. Now, how to form the passive voice? How to form the passive voice? Passive voice, to form a passive voice, always you need two important keys. You should have two important keys: verb to be and the past participle of the verb, or verb 3. Okay, verb to be. Even if you have verb to be in the sentence, you need to bring another verb to be from your pocket. In case of the continuous form, when there is, for example, she is cleaning the house, is verb to be. Okay, I need to bring another verb to be, but I want to say the house is being cleaned. So I bring verb to be in the present continuous. So this is what I mean when I say, even if there is verb to be in the sentence, you need to bring another verb to be from your pocket and you use it in the sentence. And what's fixed for all the passive voice, that in all sentences of the passive voice, you have to use the past participle or verb 3. For example, when I say write, wrote, I use written, write, wrote, written. Catch, caught, caught. Grow, grew, grown. I use grown. Okay. Fall, fell, fallen. I use fallen. Okay. Read, read, read. I use read, the last read. Be or is, was, been. I use been, the past participle of verb to be, and so on. So you need to use always, you need to use the past participle of the verb. If you don't know the past participle of the verb, it means of all verbs, of all irregular verbs. Irregular verbs, you need ed, played, helped. But for irregular verbs, you have to memorize them. Otherwise, you cannot write any sentence or say any sentence in the passive voice. That's why I focused on learning them by heart. Okay, let's see how to form the passive voice. Now, it depends on the tense. Is it present simple? Is it past simple? If it is present simple, which verb to be I should use? If it is past simple, which verb to be we should use? If it is continuous, which verb to be we should use? If it is present or past perfect, which verb to be we should use? Okay, and so on. Let's see here. A farmer grows a tree. A farmer grows a tree. What tense is grows? It's present simple. It's present simple, as you see here. So you have to bring from your pocket verb to be in the present simple. Okay, a tree is grown. How many trees are grown? One. So I use is grown. But if I say in the second sentence, a farmer grows trees, present simple tense, trees, the object becomes the subject, trees are grown. So here is verb to be is and are in the present simple form because the main verb grows is in the present simple form. So a tree is grown and trees are grown. In the first sentence, the number is singular and the number is plural in the second sentence. And you see when it depends on the new subject, which was the object. Okay, in the first sentence, the object is tree. In the second sentence, the object is trees. So verb to be, which we got, is singular, is in the first, and plural are in the second. Now, a farmer grew, now look at the second, the sentence number 3. A farmer grew a tree. What tense is it? Grow, grew, grown. What tense is it? Grew, past simple. Time. So you bring verb to be, the red one, and the past participle of the verb. Grow, grew, grown. Verb 3. Use verb to be, was, because grew in the first sentence here, in sentence number 3, the verb, the farmer, grew, it's past simple. Grew is past simple, so verb to be was. Okay, a farmer grew trees, past participle, trees, the number plural, trees, so where, you see, was where, it depends on the number, but grown, it's grown. In all of the list of these sentences, the past participle is grown, verb 3. Now, look at the continuous form. A farmer is growing a tree. Is growing a tree. So I have to bring verb to be in the continuous form. I have verb to be is, but I have to bring another verb to be. I say a tree, the object becomes the subject. A tree is what? Where's verb to be? Is being. A tree is being grown. The past participle of the verb grown. You see? It's here is a singular sentence. A farmer is growing trees. So it's a present continuous. So trees, is or are? Trees are. And where's verb to be? Being. And where's the past participle? Grown. So 3 important parts makes the passive voiced verb to be, which is a part of the continuous verb, and being, which makes it passive, and grown, which is the past participle of the verb and makes it passive. So all these 3 elements make a passive verb. Let's look at the verb to have, has, and had. Have, has, and had are followed with verb to be, been, have been, has been, had been, grown. Okay, have been, has been, had been, grown. A farmer has grown a tree, so a tree has been grown. A farmer has grown trees, so trees have, now the subject, trees, plural, so we use have, been grown. A farmer had grown trees, also trees or tree or trees with had, tree or trees had been grown. With the models, modal verbs, can, could, shall, should, may, might, ought to, must, have to. Okay. What generally the verb comes after the modals is infinitive without to. I can read, can play, can help, can speak. After can, I will help, I will speak, I will say, I will do. After these modal verbs or defective verbs, we have infinitive without to. Infinitive without to. So infinitive without to. So what is the infinitive without to from verb to be? It's be. A farmer will grow a tree. A farmer can or may or must grow trees. So it is the same form. Modals will, would, can, could, shall, should, may, might have the same passive voice. Tree or trees will be grown. Tree or trees would be grown. Oh, be grown, can be grown, may be grown, must be grown, and so on. Always we have be after the modal verbs. Here are other examples about the passive voice. So just refresh your mind. I'll give you some words and think about them to make a passive form. Letter, write, make it passive. Letter and write, make it passive. A letter, what is the verb write? Present simple. So a letter is written. A letter is written. Okay. House, build. Think about it. What is the verb? Build. Present simple. And house. A house is built. Okay, so this is the passive voice, and we will take exercises. We will practice it to fix it in our minds. Thank you very much. Okay, in the next video, we'll do the exercises. Thank you.